This is a message for whoever. Bitch, take TikTok if you wanna, bitch. Take TikTok if you wanna and see what happened, motherfucker. I'ma tell this bitch now. I'ma tell this bitch. Take this bitch. Take it. I'ma tell this motherfucker now.
So they finally did it. The government finally meddled too far into our lives. You know, I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist myself, but I can subscribe to some conspiracies. For example, the conspiracy theory that the CIA was behind JFK's unaliving, or that the government is ran by a specific group of people who hold most of the wealth on Earth. But then you have those theories that are a little too crazy to be true. You know, the ones that swear that the government is ran by lizard people. Yeah, I don't know about that one. But I'm not gonna be talking about those conspiracy theories today. No, today I'm gonna be talking about the truth behind the TikTok ban, and some of the conspiracy theories behind the ban. If you didn't know, TikTok is set to be getting banned on the 19th. That is literally a few days from now. Now, at first, I'll be honest, I didn't think that the US government was going to infringe our rights as Americans and take down an app that we all love and enjoy because of national security, whatever that means. But the more people's opinions I saw on TikTok about the real reason for the ban, I began to wonder, what is the real reason why they don't want us on TikTok? Because like I said, the government said that they were afraid that China was secretly spying on us and stealing our data. The American government is truly worried that this is happening, so much so that they're going to sign a bill, or already signed it depending on when you're watching this video, that prohibits the use of the app in America. Yeah, I'm not making this up. So in light of this situation, today we're going to be taking a look at some of the theories as to why the American government wants to ban this app.
TikTok is getting banned because the US government cannot fathom losing control of its populace. You have to understand, while there have always been social media platforms before in the past, like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, there has never been an app that has been able to do what TikTok has achieved in such a short amount of time. There are over 172 million users on this platform, and of those 172 million users, we have seen firsthand how this app can change someone's life, change their financial position, change them mentally, emotionally.
That is so true. I've seen so many people whose life has changed by simply posting on TikTok. I mean, you got the Charli D'Amelios and Bella Poarch on TikTok who gained an insane amount of fame and money by doing these stupid little dances. Like, there's a whole bunch of content creators who built an entire business and brand off of TikTok.
And how this app is one of the very few apps that are not censored to the point where you can't find out the truth. And that intimidated the US government, because if you have a group of people that you cannot control and you cannot manipulate, that puts you in a vulnerable position. And the last thing the US government wants to do is be in a vulnerable position. This attack on TikTok is a direct attack on democracy, and some people don't understand it because they look at it as just a social media platform. I'm trying to get you to think bigger. It's not just that this is a social media platform, it's the fact that this is one of the few social media platforms where truth is allowed to live. People aren't upset that TikTok is getting banned because they can't do their generic TikTok dances. People are upset because TikTok is a platform that was changing people's lives in a way that we have never seen before.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, she hit the nail on the head with this one. TikTok has slowly become the source of news for a lot of us, and it's honestly sad. Like, why do we have to rely on a social media app to show us the truth behind what is really going on around the world? I bet news stations have taken a huge hit from a numbers perspective. Like, I can't think of the last time I sat there and watched the news. Nor do I know anyone my age that actually tunes into the news every day at 6 p.m. Not only are we as a younger generation not watching TV anymore as a whole, but even if people tune in their local news channels, they aren't going to report on real events. The news channels have become so politicized that everything has a narrative. Whether you're left-leaning or right, it doesn't really matter. The current media has agenda for both sides. On the other hand, I've seen TikTok report on current worldwide events, and as far as I'm concerned, they don't really seem to be biased about what they report on. They simply report on what is happening. Now, I'll be honest, some of you might be thinking, well, TikTok gives you the content based on your interests. It's catered to you. That's why it's called a For You page. So in theory, if you're a person that subscribes to more democratic beliefs, then your For You page might be more left-leaning than another user who has more conservative views. Their For You page might be completely different. But what I'm saying, even within those two different users' For You page, there still might be current event news that is neither left-leaning nor right-leaning. And I can say with certainty that that is the case. Within my friend group and family members, some of them are Democrats, some of them Republican, and some of them not political at all. But whenever something big is happening, we usually say, hey, did you hear about the fires in LA? Or hey, did you see that the government is confirming the existence of aliens? Those two things don't have any political association, but yet all of us are aware of what the other one means. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I get all my memes from TikTok. Not just memes, but I'm getting recipes off there too. Sometimes I get useful gym insights that I normally wouldn't get without having to watch a 30-minute YouTube video on. I be using TikTok like it's Google, man. I ain't even gonna lie. If I have a question about something, I'd be searching it up, like how do you change a tire, and then boom, I watch a 30-second video on how to do it. As a person who learns best visually, TikTok has been a huge help. I think that is what I'm gonna miss the most, man. Being able to search up pretty much anything and get an answer within just a few seconds.
This is the real reason they want to ban TikTok. It's not about China spying on people or collecting data. Every social media app does that. This is about full control of your online activity. You need to look up Bill S-686, aka the Restrict Bill. This is the actual legislation that they're using to legalize this ban. Now, when you actually look into this bill, you'll see that they want to ban and restrict a lot more than just TikTok. This bill gives the government the authority to ban or monitor any software or hardware that they deem is coming from a foreign adversary.
Nah, bro, I'm not gonna lie, that is on some communist stuff right there, brother. I get that the whole sentiment of the possibility of foreign adversaries stealing our data, and I get that is almost a good reason to say, hey, we think that this app is made by the Chinese and is potentially stealing our citizens' data, and it's causing a national security problem. But literally almost everything we own is made in China. How come we're not banning those things? It gets real suspicious when the government focuses on a specific app. I mean, most of our data has already been breached by our own people. US companies literally buy and sell our data without our knowledge. That is why you keep getting those scam calls and text messages talking about the package could not be delivered to the correct site. Click the link below before you get charged for any holding fee. Nah, son, you ain't fooling me. Some company out there done sold my data when I signed up to something.
This includes any mobile apps, desktop apps, banking and payment applications, iMessage, or any other messaging app, home security systems, video game systems, streaming apps, or anything connected to the internet. Basically, anything that has internet access can now be legally monitored and audited by the government. Further, it gives the government the right to audit any app or website with more than 1 million users. It will also potentially make the use of VPNs illegal and basically allow the government to get any information about you or go through your personal data without a warrant.
Alright, so I'm not sure if what this guy's talking about is 100% correct, because I didn't really do any in-depth research on these theories. But if that's the case, then brother, we are cooked. I'm not that political if I'm being honest, so don't come at me. But I always thought that the less government involvement in our day-to-day lives was a good thing. I don't need the government telling me what app I can and cannot access in my own time. Hell, they can't tell me what software I can and cannot download in my own personal computer. I think if you have a work phone or a laptop, then yeah, I get it. You probably shouldn't be downloading anything other than work software. Like at my current job, I recently took a trip to Mexico, and company policy dictated that I had to delete Outlook and my Teams app from my personal phone because I wasn't allowed to open those apps outside of the US because of privacy reasons, which I totally get. Granted, these apps weren't on my personal phone, but I get the concern, which is why I'm saying that I understand the national security concern behind the possibilities of TikTok Chinese spies stealing our data. As hilarious as that may sound, I'm not stupid enough to believe that it can't happen, but I mean, come on, there's gotta be a better way to handle this issue. I don't know, what do you guys think the real reason behind the TikTok ban is? Do you actually believe in the Chinese spying theory? The government is trying to jam down our throats? Or do you believe that there's a more nefarious agenda the US government is getting at? Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more. I'll see you guys on the next video.